Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero and another exploration. Yeah. Last time we learned in the main episode about Gnosis and then just did some requests and yeah, okay, and today we begin in Mainz because that's where I am. Guns of the Mayor didn't end up coming back yesterday. Did something happen? Yeah, Guns disappearing, for example. I was going to drive over to the city to pick up the mayor and Guns last night, but I got shut down. Mayor Bixen told me that they might be staying in Crossbell City for a bit. That's fine, I guess, but something in his voice just didn't sit right with me. I've never heard the mayor sound so depressed before. Even now, no one knows where the mayor and Guns haven't come back yet. I can't help but worry about them. Guns' disappearance has been an enigma. I bet you he's got into trouble and had to go into hiding. Or maybe I've read one too many mystery novels. My husband told me about Guns over the phone. Apparently he disappeared this morning. I really don't think the townsfolk could handle the news, and there's no way for me to help with things. Right now all I can do is pray to the goddess that Guns comes back safe and sound. Oh, our beloved goddess Adius, please, I beg you to let Guns come back home safely. The mining crew's been trying to work extra hard to make up for Guns' absence. All of them always try their best to look after each other. Even LoH, who's almost always slacking off, has been going at it pretty hard. I look up to them so much. I want to become a miner and be able to help everyone out too. My mom seems to think it's too dangerous for me though. LoH's always been prone to slacking off any way he can, so imagine my surprise when he has been taking his work seriously. He's never been the kind of go-getter you'd expect of an oldest child, but there may be hope for him yet. An oldest child is always a go-getter? Or supposed to be? News to me. Max has been working harder than usual as of late. Well, I'm happy to see that he's motivated about his job. I hope he keeps up the good work, as long as he doesn't get himself hurt. I gotta hand all the miners drinks in a little bit. Daddy asked me to be the one to deliver the drinks. He said it would be better that way. My daddy may seem grumpy sometimes, but he's actually just really shy. Monster attacks, disappearances, our miners can't catch a break, huh? Mrs. Hoffman's time to stand tall and lead the rest of his crew. That's his duty as a mine chief. If I still had two good legs, I'd be down there helping out those boys, but never mind, Hoffman is the mine chief. He'll point everyone in the right direction one way or another. Ah, that's why you're sitting here, not in the mine, because of injuries or whatever. Old age, maybe? We're low on manpower right now, so we had to start working earlier. Even while Guns is gone, we still have our jobs to do, so we're trying our best to make up for his part too. When Guns drags his sorry butt back here, he's going to have to make it up to us. It looked like the mayor's wife had something important to talk about with my husband last night. Judging by the grave expression he had afterwards, that couldn't have been good news. Gans, come back! Wasn't the mayor going to bring him back from the city? Where are they? Don't tell me the two of them are goofing off. I heard about Gans from the mayor's wife. Guess that explains why it's taking so long to bring him back home. I just don't want to believe Gans would get mixed up with drugs. I'll never forgive a bastard that dragged him into this mess. You know what to think about it? I kinda want to suck Gans in the face for falling for such a stupid thing in the first place. That monster chipped me up real good. The rest of the crew had to bust their arms to pick up my slack. I owe those guys a lot, so I can't let my return go unnoticed. Let's do this. Sergeant Major Seeker of the CGF has come to visit us today. I wonder what the nature of her visit is. That girl from the CGF came to pray again today. I've noticed she often stopped by even on her time off. Noelle Seeker, I believe was her name. She's truly a polite and kind soul. Okay. Well then, time to start the day. I lost most of my family ages ago. Caring for the graves is all I have left now. Sometimes people tell me I'm wasting the time I have left in this world by spending so much of it with those who have already left. But I'm afraid I don't have a choice in the matter. It's the only way I won't forget about the one I once held most dear. That's why you see me visiting this grave every single day. This is the first time I've seen someone from the Guardian Force here at the church. This bell that Sergeant Seeker mentioned concerns me greatly, but just why exactly did the bell start ringing out of the blue like it did? And that sums up our investigation report regarding the ruins. A bell that summoned fiends. I can hardly believe something like that was sitting there in the ruins all this time. It is highly likely that the bell you saw is indeed an artifact. Thank you for your report. Sir. A bell capable of summoning fiends. You're telling me something like that has been right under our noses all this time? Oh, hello everyone. I just handed Archbishop Eralda the report on our investigation of a moon temple. I hope his feedback as a member of the church will help us make a bit more headway in figuring out just what happened there. The Mainz area has always been an important pillar of Crossbell's economy. Perhaps I should include that in my next lesson to raise the kids' hometown spirit. Oh, hello Lloyd and Ellie. Were you looking for me by chance? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm a little busy today. Would you mind coming back later? I'll be leaving from Mainz tomorrow to teach Sunday school there, so I'm currently figuring out the lesson plan. Going on trips can be exhausting, but I don't get to see the children of Mainz often, so I'm excited to visit them once again. It's quiet around here with no Sunday school today. Okay, Bellguard. We're on our way to tour the Empire. After hearing about their magnificent stores and architecture, we knew we just had to visit. To be frank, visiting the Empire makes me feel a little uneasy. After all, everyone's heard about all the various conflicts between Crossbell and Armorica throughout history. I think I'm getting rusty. If I want to be prepared for the unexpected, I'm going to have to give it my all during tonight's drill. We have a drill planned for tonight. Because of all the stress we stack up while working, we take this opportunity to blow off some steam. Between you and me, I'm actually aiming to become the CGF commander someday. I have no doubt that I can run this place better than that insensitive old buffoon. Let's forget about the commander for a sec. You realize you gotta beat out Mireille and the deputy commander to do that, right? Done. You may have a point. I was so focused on the commander that I forgot about the competition. I swear one day I'll become the commander and lead the Guardian Force to greatness. And as for Deputy Commander Bales, I'm sure I'll outshine her somehow. Well, I like your spunk, but you got a long way to go to match her, kid. Got my hands on many valuables while I was in Crossbell, and when I return to Armorica, I sell them and make a killing. Being stuck on desk duty kind of bothers me, but someone has to do all this paperwork. No matter what job I'm given, I intend to do it to the best of my ability. I think that should be important above all else. To be honest, working for the CGF can be unrewarding at times, but since this is what I was assigned to do, I'll make sure to give it my best. Believe it or not, when I confessed to Stella, she didn't turn me down. The entire response was just, we can give it a try, sure. While it doesn't change the fact that I'm happy, I can't help but feel like the heat of a moment has cooled off a little. Well, I guess I should be happy that I got an okay instead of an outright rejection, even if it's for a trial period. From here on out, I'm going to focus on earning Stella's love and affection. Ah, didn't your mom teach you not to stare at people when they're eating? News broke that some men in black suits met the CGF commander in secret. Some even said they looked like mafiosos. It hasn't been long since the recent stir they caused, so it set off some alarm bells in my head. Unfortunately, the commander's out, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to ask him about it. Shoot, did I come all this way for nothing? Oh well. Time to head back to Crossbell City if he's not in. I've gone through this gate more times than I can count, but I don't think I've once seen the CGF commander. I think I can sympathize with how most of the soldiers here feel. Yesterday evening I was chatting with Class and he suddenly blurted out, "Please go out with me." I never really thought of him in that way, but I thought this whole thing might be interesting, so I told him we could give it a try. I ended up deciding to go out with Class, but I just don't get it. Ever since then, he's been acting so depressed. He sure is a strange one. It's not hard to imagine the CGF commander forsaking all the guardsmen if he felt like it. What the CGF needs is a leader who takes care of his subordinates and can foster their potential. If he gave one hoot about the subordinates, Bellguard Gate would have been a much nicer place. Schedule says that we have a late-night combat duel out on the forest road tonight. It's always duel after duel, never anything that actually tests us. Guess we got no choice, but still, how pathetic can we get? A couple years back, there was a massive incident where Erebonian branches of the Bracer Guild were raided by Jaegers. A famous Bracer was able to resolve everything, but it left a number of unanswered questions. Some even say that the raids themselves were nothing more than a large-scale diversion. Can't shake a feeling that there was something more to the whole thing myself. Those raids on the Erebonian guild branches a few years ago didn't sit right with me. Just can't shake the feeling there was something more to the whole thing. Yeah. We just had a shipment of supplements being researched at St. Ursula Medical College arrive not too long ago. Based on everything I've heard, these ones are going to be a game changer, potent enough to last much longer than our usual stock. St. Ursula never fails to amaze. Anyway, mind sharing the wealth with yours truly? I'm afraid not, Wendy. There were only enough pills for our unit here. Damn, that kinda stinks for some reason. We had an intense drill planned at Nox Forest tonight, so I'm hoping that these will keep us going. Okay, Armorica. What a fine morning. Perfect weather for a relaxing drive, too. Ah, shucks, I'm starting to get fired up to go deliver these veggies. Just getting ready to go do some work, that's all. The second I get a bit too excited about cars, my accent slips right out. I always try to keep it under control, so it's awfully humiliating when it accidentally starts to show. Guess I have to be more careful. We harvested a bit too many veggies yesterday, so Elkin and I are going to try to sell them. I don't get many chances to ride the truck, so I'm pretty excited, to be honest. Still, Elkin is taking forever to check on the truck. People say that there's an elusive specimen of fish that swims near People say there's an elusive species of fish that swims near Old Armorica Road and somewhere in the Mainz area. Why don't you try to catch one? Are these the rare fish we already caught? I keep making excuses to avoid taking the first step, but enough is enough. Today I'm going to ask that guy to let me join the Fisherman's Guild. Last time I was too tired to do so much as step into their office, but now I'm ready. I love fishing, and so do they. I'm going to join their ranks this time for sure. I love playing with everyone. It's always super fun being with my brother and Stefan. Sweet, the weather's looking good today. We can finally play Bracers again. Woohoo! Let's do it, let's do it! They sure childish. Honestly, life in Armorica Village might not be so bad. Maybe I should try asking Mount if he could move out here. The other kids are pretty childish and this place is deep in the sticks, but maybe life here isn't that bad. Believe it or not, this general store was founded back when my great-grandfather was still kicking. I always try to remind Jack of that, but he never even tries to take it to heart. I want him to face his work with more pride. After all, this place is going to be Jack's general store one day, though I can hardly say when that day will come. Grams always gets mad at me for not taking my job seriously, but honestly I couldn't care less whether or not the store has been passed down for generations. I didn't sign up for this. Why couldn't my ancestors have invested in a more profitable industry? Heck, I'd be more than happy to inherit a family business if I was Dieter Kreuzer's son. Thank you as always, Angie. You're a real sweetheart, I tell you that. No doubt in my mind you're the greatest mama on this whole darn continent, watching over the little ones the way you do. Now where did that come from? You can leave the kids to me, dear. All you need to focus on is doing your absolute best at work, okay? Thanks to Angie taking such good care of our 2 kids, I'm able to put my back into my work without having to worry about the old homestead. Stefan came by early in the morning and he's been playing with Camille and Polly ever since. I'm sure he ended up eating here too, so I need to make more food than usual. Stefan and my kids get extra rowdy when we all play together. I have to thank his mother for raising such a good friend to my kids. It's not as if I want the village to give up traditions or harm the environment in the name of progress. All I want is for villagers to be able to live a long, abundant life. But to do that, we have to make people interested and want to come here. My father always... The village chief never seems to understand. Armorica village as it stands is in its most natural form, one which was created by Adius of self. I'm certain that by seeking unnecessary development, something similar to that monster attack is bound to happen again. It's not as though I don't understand where Derek is coming from. I know he simply wants the villagers to be able to live an abundant life. Even so, as the village chief, this issue is non-negotiable. Talta and Derek ended up having another passionate argument yesterday. Their father and son, why can't they come to some mutual understanding? It doesn't look like they have any intention to stop anytime soon. Welcome, good to have you in. Our only customer today just have been our regulars so far. Hey you guys, repeat after me, okay? We'll take everything on the menu, no exceptions. We'll pass. Besides, I doubt we'd be able to eat that much food. Fine. Are you alright, sir? Don't forget that you guys are never popular with the ladies. Why don't you order as much as you can and help fill my family's pockets? Celie's charm lies in that she doesn't pretend to be some kind of angel. When she's pestering customers to buy something expensive, she holds nothing back, and I find that level of honesty really refreshing. What a peculiar taste in women. I wasn't sure at first, but Gambler Jack ended up being a pretty engaging read. Oh, you finally finished it? I'm a big fan of that novel as well. Once I've finished cleaning up the place, tell me what you thought of it. Sure, looking forward to it. Maybe I should read it one more time, front to back. Dang, I went and checked out a lot of books from the library, but I doubt I'll find the time to finish them all. Welcome, everyone. Want to look at one of our breakfast menus? Hey, Govan, I'll have my usual. Keith, can you see I'm in the middle of talking to my customers? Sorry about that. Just give me a shout when you're ready to order. Whenever Keith or Alfred are feeling hungry, they always ask for their usual. Really warms my heart that they're close enough that I know exactly what they want in just 2 words. Stefan went out to play with Camille and Polly again today. When we lived in Crossbell City, was always so quiet and frail. But maybe the change of scenery is doing him some good. I'm glad that Stefan is starting to play outside more. I'll have to go to Angie's house next time to thank them for making him feel more at home. I guess it's nothing but buses and transfers one after another until I finally get to Crossbell. Being as old as I am, don't handle standing around well these days. I would much rather take the train, at least I could relax then. And If you're looking for Sergeant Major Seeker, she woke up at the crack of dawn to drive to Crossbell. If you're looking for Sergeant Major Seeker, she woke up at the crack of dawn to drive to Crossbell Cathedral. I think she went there to give a report about the ruins to Archbishop Irelda. You wouldn't believe the amount of unsettling rumors I hear from people passing through Tangram Gate. For example, I heard that there was a huge fight somewhere in the city yesterday. There's something strange going on, mark my word. Nothing unusual to report. I'm simply following my commanding officer's orders, sir. I finally got a long vacation, so I took my wife to Crossbell. Seeing the contrast between the modern Crossbell city and the relatively natural Mainz and Armorica up close was really something. Crossbell City looks so grand on the outside, but walking into some of the alleyways makes you feel as if you wandered into the underworld. It's safe to say that I experienced a fear I haven't felt before during my visit. These inspections are going to go perfectly today. I'll make sure of it. The top brass is rotten to the core. We can't even keep some people behind bars, no matter how hard we try. But despite all that, I don't think our work here is meaningless. There's some criminals that always elude justice thanks to our lousy commander and his love for bribes. But if we continue to press on, I'm sure that our efforts here will be worthwhile. I'm going to treat myself to some brunch. Let's see, waffles or pancakes? Since buses constantly come and go, we need to maintain the parking lot. But man, am I getting hungry. Lunch really can't come soon enough. Once noon hits, this place becomes a madhouse. Between the guardsmen coming in for lunch and all of our other customers, it's go, go, go for me. Alright, I need to prep the rest of the ingredients before too many folks show up. You must be a weird bunch to be looking for a bed this early. No skin off my back, I guess. Go ahead and rest if you need to. I wonder if us guarding the border really makes a difference. When everything's just peaceful for long enough, your mind starts to wander and you end up thinking about things you probably shouldn't. Every person who comes into Crossbell has their own unique reason for being here. Given how many people that actually is, I'm sure there are some bad apples among them. So, since I'm in charge of security today, I want to crack down on as many of them as I can. Erring on the side of caution, I assisted Sergeant Major Seeker's unit in re-investigating those ruins yesterday. Fortunately enough, no fiends have reappeared. I'd be glad if things stayed that way too. Oh, hello everyone. If you are looking for the Sergeant Major, she's out delivering the Moon Temple investigation report to the cathedral. Oh, so the church ended up agreeing to assist with CGF? You're sure that's smart? You didn't exactly get permission from the commander. Yes, well, he rejected our second request to investigate Stargazer Tower as well. In his eyes, any and all incidents of that nature should be left to the Archbishop. So that's how things stand. Maybe it's because the commander hasn't seen the situation for himself, or... I think you're giving him too much credit. He probably just believes it's more trouble than it's worth. Huh, I'm sure it's a little of both. Anyway... The Septian Church and the Tangram Gate unit will proceed to jointly investigate this incident. And it's thanks to your assistance that we were able to reach this stage. As always, you have my thanks. First we have Stargazer's Tower and now this temple. These are very delicate situations given their potential connection to artifacts. Moving forward, it's very likely we'll be tackling this investigation in cooperation with the Septian Church. Some police officer approached me asking if I'd seen anything suspicious, so they weren't exactly clear on what they meant by suspicious though. Oh, it's you guys. How's the SSS doing today? You guys here to help with the whole, airport thing? What's wrong with the airport? I'm gonna take it as a big fat no. Probably better if you stay in the dark on this one. First Division might end up working you to the bone. Consider this a favor, guys. It sounds like something happened, but Raymond was being awfully vague. I'm currently working on uncovering new leads. Well, I gotta say, investigating covertly is less fun and a lot harder than it sounds. This case is strictly under the First Division jurisdiction. Are we clear? Prepare to suffer the consequences if you act out of line. Hold it, Special Support Section. We are conducting an inspection of the airport equipment, so I can't allow you to enter. Inspecting equipment? Something feels off. I guess I'm still just your average hobbyist fisherman after all. Can't get a single bite. Today is not my day. Welcome to St. Ursula Hospital. You with blue hair, are you feeling alright now? Yes, thanks to the hospital staff I am. I'm just glad to see you recovered. I was a bit startled when your friend here collapsed all of a sudden yesterday. Glad to see she's recovered already. A morning walk is good for your health, you know? And since I always have to accompany patients on their walks, I'm able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Sometimes I hear people say janitor work is insignificant, but I don't see it. I have so many things to be responsible for, and I'm proud to do them. I don't care what people say, I like my job. The only reason I came so early was to avoid the massive wait in line. Come on, make it snappy, my hips are killing me. It's not even noon, it's already packed to the gills in here. That goes to show how much trust Crossbell has put in St. Ursula. Is it? I mean, I don't see too many people, but I guess that is the game engine just not being made for this? Hello, what can I do for you today? If it's your first time here, please fill out these papers for your initial examination. I see, so that's how it works around here. That's one problem solved, but this place is huge, I can hardly tell what's what. Hospitals have a rather distinct smell to them, don't you think? I believe it's all the rubbing alcohol. You know, I kind of like it. The hospital director may be gone, but I can assure you that St. Ursula's management is in good hands. We've come this far thanks to the strength of trust this hospital has fostered over the years, and we don't plan on letting that go to waste. Those Heyo trading men ended up leaving this morning. Not because we discharged them, though. They had nowhere near fully recovered, but as soon as they were able to walk, they were gone. In fact, we did all we could to stop them. Some of them had gunshot wounds, for goodness sake, but they wouldn't listen to a single word. There they go again. Thing is, I'm pretty sure they respect each other's incredible prowess in their fields, but they just can't get along for whatever reason. Why if it isn't Gailey? I was wondering who I heard stomping about the place. Well, well, as pleasant to see you as always, Dr. Lago. You know about your handling of that patient in critical condition yesterday? Oh, you did catch wind of that? Tell me, have you finally accepted that the era of internal medicine has come to its end? What? Say that again, I dare you. Looking for a fight, Lago? Yeah. Ah. You really need to pick a better place to sleep, Chief Ursuline. You know, like your dorm room? Come on, wakey wakey. If you're not up by the time Dr. Gailey and Dr. Lago finish their little spat, you're toast. Give me 5 more minutes. She's hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. I ended up helping out Chief Ursuline all through the night. I can barely stay awake myself right now. Finally done. With this, I've taken another step towards the magnificence of Professor Armorica. Maybe. Yesterday my girlfriend came to visit me and boy was it embarrassing. She brought the waterworks alright, amongst other things. That girl was only just hospitalized yesterday, but come this morning he was discharged before he could even blink. My guess is that he was involved in something shady that got him here in the first place. I'm getting a day off for the first time in ages in just a few days. Keep your schedule open, okay, Randy? I'll get some of the girls to tag along and we can all have a real fun time. Oh, you don't even have to ask. I'll be waiting. Now that the festival's over, I can finally take some time off. You're still up for hanging out, right? I'll make sure to invite Ada and Lan too. Now, time to put in another good day's work. It's the duty of us nurses to put everything we have into our jobs for the sake of our patients. Cerrone, can't you brew even a simple cup of coffee? Why the heck do I smell tea coming from that pot? Probably because I mixed the tea and coffee together? Yes, I'm well aware you did that. What I'm asking you is why you... You know what? Forget it. I swear, this girl just doesn't get it. I can't believe I made the mistake of asking Cerrone to do something for me. Whoopsie, I messed up again. Well, I won't let it bring me down. After all, everyone makes mistakes. Yeah, once in a while, not almost every moment of a day. The old man staying in this room went out on a walk with one of the nurses. Now he's got the right idea. Maybe I should ask the next nurse I see if she accompanies me for a bit of fresh air. My son and mother-in-law are coming to visit me tomorrow, so I'm quite excited. She's been taking care of a million things while I've been stuck here in bed. I simply have to find a way to thank her. Why won't my stomach stop throbbing? It feels like 1,000 needles being poked in my belly over and over. I thought everything had been cleared up after my surgery, but it looks like I still got a while to go before I'm out of the woods here. Though it's a relatively simple operation, it doesn't mean you can proceed without caution. Just rest here and recover, alright? Shizuko's been looking super forward to a trip to Crossbell City today. She doesn't get to go there very often, so I hope she has loads and loads of fun. Since yesterday I've had a sneaking suspicion that Speaker Hartman has finally decided to silence me. I was admitted in St. Ursula at the speaker's behest, so I'm almost positive he is monitoring every move I make. I have to get out of this accursed place. Perhaps I can escape to the Empire, or... Anyway, I absolutely must find some way to escape this prison. My daughter, I have no doubt the speaker will use some dastardly method to silence me once and for all. Yeah, Shizuku is not there. She is out in Crossbell. Cecile gazes deeply into the framed photograph on her shelf. Cecile? I know that photo. Oh, I wasn't expecting you at all. If my eyes don't deceive me, you're all in a bit of a rush. Is something wrong? Well, you could say that we're in the middle of an investigation. Are you on your break, Cecile? I guess you could call it that. Now, I know how much your work means to you guys, but I need you to promise me that you won't overexert yourselves. If you can't keep that promise, you'll leave me no choice but to hospitalize each and every one of you. Message received. We keep that in mind. Oh man, sign me up. You can strap me down to a hospital at any time, Cecile. I knew you were going to say that. Now then, I'll be devoting all my attention and care to Michael for the day. I have to keep him extra good company. I'm sure he's going to get lonely without Shizuku here. Ever be big sister, Cecile. Maybe Michael would enjoy it if I read him a picture book? I always keep the little ones I used to read to LoH with me for times just like this. Did you really have to share that? So here we got one by Dr. Gailey Roisel, and then there's this one by Dr. Lago Nixon. Turns out a lot of these textbooks were written by doctors right here in St. Ursula. We don't think about it much, but all our cutting-edge research is only possible because we have such cutting-edge personnel. Alright, is Dr. Günther listed as an author on one of these? Joachim Günther? Guess not. Well, he never struck me as the kind of guy who would be super enthused to publish a book. So I guess that's not a surprise. Oh, aren't you the girl who got carried to Cecile's room yesterday? Yes, I apologize for the trouble. You certainly gave us a scare, but I'm relieved you're looking better now. If you start to feel under the weather again, please do come see us right away. That's what hospitals are for, right? Hello there, welcome. I bet the hospital is preparing for the day right about now. Same as us. Now that that's over, it's time to dive back into the books. It's still a bit too early for lunch. Well, I'm sure time will fly by if I read one of my textbooks. Personally, I think this cafeteria is a perfect place to study. Yeah. She's that girl who loves reading her anatomy textbooks while eating. Alright. I heard the station's currently on high alert. Inspection of both the freight trains and passenger cars seems to be falling behind. Man, this isn't good for business. What's going on? I feel like there haven't been as many trains running as usual today. Did all of their departures just happen to get delayed today or something? Strange that there be this many delays in one day. Something about the station felt unusually tense today. Did something happen? The inspector's examination was strangely thorough today. He kept muttering something About dangerous goods. What's going on? Okay. Hiya, special support section. Do you guys have a lot of work today? A decent amount, but wait a second. Finally managed to get our name right, huh, Mimi? What? I never said it wrong before. Are you sure about that? Well, anyway, it's fine. Watch out for cars while you play, okay? Okie dokie, good luck, guys! Did you see them? Police cars were just racing toward the airport. I have a feeling something bad happened. If the police are in that big of a rush to get somewhere, you just know something's wrong. Dude! Keep your speed to a minimum, please! Is today's traffic unusually calm, or is it just my imagination? I oversee the city's traffic daily, but things feel a bit desolate today. Then again, it might just be my imagination. We've gotten a lot of complaints about Zateo sending out some truly odd dishes. I apologize on behalf of our chef. He's prone to causing trouble. Now if only Zateo would take his job even slightly more seriously. The city is quiet today. And is it just me, or have there been fewer police officers roaming around? Welcome! Today's slightly less crowded than usual. I suppose that's better than being slammed with customers, though small crowds aren't great for our paychecks either. I wonder, should we focus our efforts on bringing in new customers like we did during the festival? I came into Crossbell City this morning by train. I was so excited to try all the delicacies, but how wrong I was. I couldn't tell you why, but the chef keeps bringing me these really weird dishes. What's going on in this restaurant? Does he keep getting my order wrong or something? What's going on here? Is my order really throwing the chef off that bad? No, it's just a creative moment. I've been going around serving prototype dishes to random customers lately. Sadly, not a soul even poked at them. I just don't get it, unless maybe they look too peculiar for anyone to want to try them? Maybe I shouldn't be so advantageous with this new menu after all. We're starting to receive complaints from customers who keep getting bizarre dishes that they definitely didn't order. Must be more of Zateo's prototype entries. I try not to keep him on a short leash, but he's about as easy to train as a brick. Maybe the diet will actually be able to decide on the city's budget today. My gut tells me it's going to take them some time to come to any sort of agreement though. Good morning, you guys. Here's hoping today is another great day. You know, your figure is really starting to come together. And it's all thanks to you giving your all on that diet. You go, girl! Am I? It's hard to tell when it's yourself. All this jogging is finally starting to pay off. Heck yes! A little white lie to get her motivated never hurts. Just give me a shout if you can't find what you're looking for. I try my hardest to stock up on anything you're looking to buy. The quiet morning lull just after my shift begins always makes me feel a bit sluggish, but it's also nice in its own way. Good luck with work today, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Time's department store. We may have just opened for the day, but we're all set to serve our customers. I hope you enjoy your experience with us today. Satisfying the customers and giving them a relaxing environment is the mission statement of Time's department store. Our staff have trained in a regimen based on my own experiences. I hope you have a pleasant time shopping here. Oh, there it is. This reference book is pricey, but my parents gave me the money to purchase it. I've been feeling pretty down since I failed my exam, but now I'm cheering up a bit. Alright then, once I read through this book and become a doctor, well, I have to pay back the mirror I borrowed first of all. You're trying to find a missing person. Ah, that's worrying. Any idea what happened to them? What a surprise, I've been stuck here all morning with my mom. So sleepy. I actually came here right at the opening today. There's nothing more refreshing than a bit of morning shopping. Your son disagrees. The best way to break in a new pair of shoes is to spend some time walking around in them. Why buy a new pair of shoes at all if you're just going to stare at them? Time to clean. I overslept yesterday, so now they're forcing me to do some heavy-duty cleaning as punishment. I still have to clean the warehouse after this. Today's going to be rough. Have you noticed that the LoH is hardly around these days? It's almost as if they've packed up and left town. Guns, isn't he that former miner who's living the high life now? I'm a little worried. He's been coming here pretty often, but I haven't seen him around the last few days. Whether you want to show off your mature side or your innocent side, fashion can do it all for you. You can dress to impress without going beyond your means. Balloons here, freshly inflated. Excuse me, would you like your very own balloon? Make sure to be careful not to bring it into a large crowd of people, okay? Balloons are pretty fragile, actually. You'd be surprised how easily they pop. I like to stop by here early in the morning. Yeah, you seem to be every time I am here as well, so... Damn it, Vanny, she's about to fall asleep on the job again. I'm not going to let her hear the end of this. Wendy always looks like she barely slept at all in the morning. The manager's going to end up yelling at her again. That's why I thought I had to do this. Home sweet home. I'm really not a morning gal. I envy Chaco's energy. Having that would be a big help right about now. Sometimes I worry that Chaco thinks I'm bothersome checking up on her like this, but I just keep telling myself that it can't possibly be true, so it's fine. Oh, she does. My brother keeps staring at some of the people walking down the street for some reason. He's been acting really weird. Is he okay? Apparently all international flights were suspended this morning. What's the issue? Another incident? There have been plenty of inexplicable incidents lately. Arias just left the guild a couple of minutes ago. The other bracers look like they're super busy with work too. Man, those guys don't have easy lives, do they? The buses are undergoing an inspection today, so service to Armorica village will be suspended at noon. You should get going soon if you have any business out there. Man, should I really be lazing around like this all day? I feel like things in our family have gotten a bit smoother since Azel started working. Money is still tight, but it looks like we might just be able to manage. I feel like things in our family have gotten a bit smoother. Sarina looks so much happier these days. Before Azel started coming back home, she always seemed so down and anxious. But seeing her cheer up again makes me happy too. Friend forgot her lunch today, so I went to drop it off at the police station. However, she seems fairly busy, so I wasn't able to hand it off to her. I wonder if something going on. I think the newest issue of the Crossbell Times releases tomorrow. They temporarily suspended their publication and it truly threw me off my routine. Well, hey there, sweeties. My, you sure seem a bit frazzled. Could it be there's some big development with the whole Mafia fiasco? No, it's actually about something else. Oh, you don't say. It must be the missing people that got you running so ragged then. Wait, the guild already knows about that? But of course! In fact, Arias is out personally investigating the matter as we speak. But if this is something all of you are looking into too, then I'm starting to think it's even more serious than we first thought. Might have been a little too naive of us to assume it was only 1 or 2 people who've gone missing. Yeah, I know what you mean. We would like to partake in an exchange of information if possible. Oh, we'd absolutely love that. Are you sure it's okay though? Is sharing info with a guild something the SSS is cleared to do? True, we're going off of leads handed to us by the 1st Division. Dudley would blow a gasket if we found out we leaked intel to the Bracer Guild. Well, once you come to the decision, you're welcome back here anytime. I sort through any new info Arias finds when he returns. And speaking of McLean's, Shizuko's here in the city for a visit today. Estelle and Joshua are taking her out of town for some funsies while poor Arias is busy with his investigation. I just feel awful for keeping that poor girl steady so busy with work. Yeah, Arias is patrolling. Scott and Wenzel are at Bellguard. We met them. Lynn and Eolia are in downtown. We met them too. They're in Nine Valleys. Odd, I can't seem to contact Joachim. He promised me just yesterday that we'd go fishing tonight though. He's probably too caught up in researching the drugs composition. From what we know about the guy, I'd bet you're right on the money, Lloyd. I've heard rumors from merchants that many of the traders they've been negotiating with have gone missing. Surely it can't be coincidence, right? Maybe we're all left to take the business to other foreign markets? Rumors travel quickly among merchants and are generally very accurate. The fact that they've all gone and disappeared is peculiar, isn't it? There was already a big emergency yesterday, but now there's another problem down at the airport. What's with all the incidents lately? If things keep getting worse, the diet might not be the biggest problem on our hands. The merchants seem to be pretty sensitive to the comings and goings in the city, and all these incidents piling up recently are giving me cause for concern. Some of us delinquents from downtown came up to me this morning looking all worried. Seems they were searching for one of their friends. I told them I hadn't seen anyone. Wonder if they got into a fight or something. You think those delinquents from downtown got into some kind of brawl? I mean, yes, of course. They do that from time to time, but I don't think that's what this is about. I made sure to let my family know I'd be cooking dinner, and yet they still came home in the middle of the night. They tried to play it off by saying the manager wasn't on site, like I'd believe that rubbish. Now I'm really mad. From now on, they can do all the housework. I have nothing but respect for the old guys over at the Business Owners Association. At the end of the day, they're the ones who kept the tradition of a street market alive here. But I'm not exactly smart when it comes to anything complicated. I'm just not cut out for any kind of office work. Welcome, well, what are you just standing there for? Buy something! Yep, my calling is definitely right here on the sales floor. You're thick of things. It looks like Dins had a serious meeting with the chairman of a Business Owners Association. Dins must have a difficult decision on his hands if even someone like him is mulling it over. Come on already, why won't you hurry up and accept the offer? Sheesh, it would be a huge step forward for your career. You can get a ton of assistance from all the veterans if you join the Business Owners Association. I'm sure there's a lot he can learn from them. Joining will be a major step forward in his career as a merchant. Eh? The price of the vegetables went up? What's up with that? That shouldn't be happening. I planned my route to hit all the lowest price points. Vegetables and fish seem to be getting more expensive for some reason. What's up with us? This doesn't make any sense at all. Welcome to Kronk's Arts and Crafts. Come and take a look at my newest piece. If you're looking for a perfect gift, then you can't go with this strap. Come and feast your eyes upon my handicrafted wares. But you don't have anything new. I was delivering some stuff to the Ursula trading company yesterday. Their employees were freaking out because their president had gone missing. I didn't get all the details, but the guys signing the papers seemed pretty stressed out. Where the heck did their president even go? Does he like to spontaneously take trips? Puck and Ruth started working here part-time. They've racked up some hefty tabs, so we're going to work them hard. My buddy Ruth and I are thinking about opening up our own store. We're in the planning stages right now, the early days as you might call it. Everybody who's ever made it big had to start somewhere, right? No, nothing is gonna stop me from reaching for the stars. I got a part-time job so I could earn funds to start my business. But my wages are so low that it makes me wanna cry. Yeah, they will be low, especially when you have to pay off debts on top of it. Part-timers just need to work swiftly. Puck and Ruth said they wanted to help out with the shop. When I asked Daddy if I could, he immediately gave them the okay. My daddy's super nice like that. Work's going to be so much easier with Puck and Ruth helping out now. With them, we can give our customers even better service. What was that, dear? You need to speak out a little louder. These damn ears of mine can hardly keep up these days. Those delinquents have been searching for their friend all morning. Well, we are talking about a lad who's from around these parts. Possibly he's just off fooling around somewhere. But even so, he should have at least let his friends know where he was going. Even though it's not my problem, I feel for those boys. I happened to notice a business magazine at the store today. I saw Maria Belcroix featured in the top story in this issue, so I figured it'd be worth giving it a read. Yep, I sure love reading about business, you know? If I can't get my life back together, I'd like to be a merchant again one day. And those goons have been oddly quiet. Well, whatever, less distractions for me. As long as my study sessions aren't being interrupted, it's all good. I absolutely have to pass the exam this year. Those goons better not distract me from my studies. Daddy might be coming home early today. I'm so excited. Yeah, you think he'll really come home? What time is Daddy going to get here? We adjusted the construction schedule for today, so my husband might be coming home early. He just called me to tell me about it. This calls for a feast tonight. Door shut, you can hear a voice. Ow, where did the bat go? Whoops, the damn about to break. Gotta be. Haven't had a peep out of our friendly neighborhood hoodlums today. I'm so bored without them. I saw the boss of those boys in blue. Wonder what he's up to. Quick trip, I don't doubt it will help. Time to do some more cleaning. I gathered a bunch of scrap metal I found lying around to sell to some traders. Hopefully there'll be something useful in that pile of junk. I hope those traders will like what I found. Can't wait to see what they say. Just a quest, guys. We already were 9 valleys. Oh, and off screen I bought the back alley Dr. Glenn for the Michi plush toys you can get at the casino. Oh, that reminds me, you don't deal in drugs. Mars has been wearing a serious expression on his face all day. Can't imagine what has him looking that way. Never seen him so focused. Hase's been going out more often these days. I think he's conducting some sort of investigation. Hey Liang, anybody ever tell you that you make one heck of a cocktail? Come to think of it, you've got a solid command over your hands in general. You play a mean game of billiards too. You'll get good at it if you practice, Azel. Just keep trying your hardest. Yeah, okay. I don't really get how he does it, but Lian's skilled at everything he does. I'm glad I got a friend like him watching my back. You get good at it if you practice. Keep trying your hardest. Are you looking for Wazi? He's not here right now. Alright. I just got questioned by a Crossbell Times reporter. He was super sweet and even had a bit of a baby face going on. He's still not a man enough for me right now, but give him a bit of time and I'm sure he'll go into a fine catch. The trading company was raided the other day, and yet they haven't said a single peep about it. There's still bullets in my wards, but those guys don't seem phased at all. Talk about nerves of steel. The flight carrying my next batch of deliveries has yet to arrive. Bit weird for it to be running late. I hope everything's alright. What do I do? Grace ditched me to go straight to the source for information. Wait, seriously? Has she gone into Hayu's office? Uh-huh. Cut me some slack, Grace. I can't possibly keep up. Man, I just want to go home already, but I can't just leave Grace behind here. What the heck am I supposed to do? Is there something I can help you with? No, we're okay. Grace really is on a completely different level from the rest of us to barge in here like she did. I'm hanging out with Grandpa today. I get worried thinking about an old man like him being all on his own. Besides, I like watching him fish. I hope Grandpa catches all of the fish today. All of them, the entire lake. I tried and tried to get my granddaughter to get home, but she refuses to budge. There was a shooting here yesterday. There's no place for a child to be. My granddaughter said she came to keep me company all day today. Is it because she's worried about my health? I've wondered if the airport has been shut down all morning. I can never rely on the CPD's announcements, so I just have to take a look for myself. That being the case, I need to ask a favor. When Grace gets back, tell her to take a look at the pictures on my desk. Yes, sir. I see to it that it happens. The security department recently received some troubling intel. There's been a massive search and missing person reports. Everything's been fine at the IBC, so I guess we just have to leave it to the police. They boast excellent security and even receive reports regarding incidents around the city to always stay prepared. That being said, a case involving missing people falls within the CPD's jurisdiction. Yeah, the guy who always sits here is missing. I feel like we're not getting as many customers as we usually do. It might just be my imagination though. Miss Croix is out on a business trip at the moment. I feel like she goes on more trips with each passing year. She's become an awful lot like her father. Feels a little lonely around here. Crossbell Airport appears to be closed for inspection today. The CEO and Miss Croix are out on a business trip in the Republic, so I don't think it should affect us. I just asked City Hall about the situation at the airport. Apparently it's temporarily closed. I don't think a sudden closure will affect our business too badly. Still though, I've never experienced anything like this. I don't see Rizzo around today. That's odd, he's usually in here every day. As I said. No, Maria Bella will not be here because we heard she's on a trip. Yeah. Afraid of Maria Bell. We harm her dolls. I only noticed it recently, but there's a system node that's been acting a little strangely. My initial impression was that they're being hacked, but it's weird. All they're doing is looking into the network without actually causing any damage. Where's this terminal hiding? Mainz Mountain Path Rosenberg Studio? What the heck? That doesn't make any sense. There must be even more bugs somewhere in the system. plain I are constructing a brand new system. We didn't really have much choice considering the current one is riddled with bugs. Re-examining the code is download as pressing. We're creating a specialized system from the ground up to use in large-scale networks. Once we finally wrap this up, we should be ready for the second stage of the project. I bet Lady Mariabelle will reward us handsomely if everything goes well. We'll clean this mess in record time to give Lady Mariabelle a pleasant surprise. I bet she'll shower us with her sweet, sweet praise if we pull this off. Simping for Mariabelle, huh? Thanks, Lloyd. As you might imagine, we're far too understaffed. It's still a quest. Mark and the Witch of the Deep Forest Part 3. I found an absolute treasure trove of data. It won't be easy to incorporate it all, so I have to pick and choose the best pieces. The library is an absolute lifesaver for researchers like me, with more reference materials than I could ever imagine. Okay, let's do this. It's full steam ahead until closing time. I wonder if Novus intends to staying until the very last possible second again. He's been awfully cheery recently. I wonder what might have put that extra spring in his step. Oh right, I failed to mention this, but the checking out of historical documents is strictly prohibited. Please inquire at the front desk during our hours of operation if you'd like to read them here. And with that, everyone lived happily ever after. The end. Well then, wasn't that a delightful little book, Abby? Yeah, it was so cool. I'm gonna tell Kia to read this book next time I see her. I'm sure she'll like it too. Abby's absolutely brimming with excitement to show Kia all the books he loves. I hope he isn't being a bother though. Not in the slightest. We don't bring Kia out here often, but I hope we'll play with her again next time. Abby is such a little bookworm, so we make sure to come to the library whenever it's open. I think he's going to be quite fond of Kia. The arguments heated up even more during today's diet session. Do you think they'll ever grow tired of it? Today marks the third extension of a session. Diet meetings only go longer and longer with each passing year. Some police officers were making a lot of noise around here earlier this morning. I wonder what that was all about. A reporter just came by and fired off one question after another at me. He asked if I knew the outcome of a diet session. Man, I wish I did. I'm on pins and needles here. The diet's budget meeting is still in session. As a member of Financial Affairs, I'm interested in what the final budget draft will look like. We've been getting flooded with complaints about the airport lockdown. The CPD has instructed us to stay quiet on the issue, however, so we've been telling people that it's due to extensive inspection. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to hold out for, though. I wonder what's actually happening at the airport. The mayor has been tirelessly working overtime for a little while now. I hope her budget is finalized today. I hear something happened at the airport. Even rank-and-file officers like us were told to exercise caution. But what exactly are we exercising caution towards? The orders that came down today were pretty vague. Did they really come from our section chief? Hey everyone, did you hear the news about Crossbell Airport? No, would you mind filling us in? Now that you mention it, I noticed a detective hanging out there in plainclothes. So what gives? The 1st Division mobilized the entire force a short while ago. They apparently placed a temporary lockdown on the entire airport. What? What's the situation? Well, it seems a gag order was put in place, so they won't tell us anything. I was about to ask you all about it, but I guess you're just as out of the loop as I am. We are not ones to receive important information, you literally. I wonder what's going on. Maybe we can squeeze something out of Detective Dudley later. We should focus on investigating the missing people for now. I know it's only temporary, but locking down the airport is a bit concerning. Not to mention there was this raid yesterday. There's plenty of reason to be worried about right now. We've apparently called in people from the 2nd Investigative Division this time. The 1st Division tends to work in secrecy, but they occasionally collaborate. Like to read? Have a minute? Go ahead. Thank you very much. Here's your notebook back, and please accept this as compensation for your hard work. 500 mirror and 1 U material. Another incident? This year doesn't know when to give up. I was summoned here while I was off duty. I had no idea things are this bad. They established a joint investigation this morning. It's just been one huge fiasco after the next since yesterday. This was time for the CPD to show what they're capable of when we all band together. We're not gonna get done in by some lowly terrorists. We'll take them down where they can pull anything. Terrorists, huh? I can't believe someone would target the airport. Are we dealing with terrorists? Hey, you guys. Something this huge could lead to mass panic, so we don't want a word of it slipping out to the public. You do well to keep that in mind. Sure. What's he even talking about? Listen up. You guys are responsible for canvassing the area. The 1st and 2nd Divisions are taking care of the station and airport, so it's all up to you to handle the rest of the city. Sir, yes sir. Okay. I stayed up all night playing the slot machine. I don't know what's gonna do me in first, exhaustion or freaking starvation. Heading home and catching some Z's sounds like a good idea. Cops have been coming in and out of that hotel for the last couple days. What are they going on about now? I gotta cut it out already. It's scaring away my customers. The heck, the streets are quiet again today. I don't even get the feeling that shadier members of the city are lurking nearby. There's just nobody. It's unnaturally quiet. What's going on? There's been something going on over at the Russian coast since last night. I don't know what it is, but it feels off. Very off. Ah, my poor head. I had to entertain a diet member yesterday, and that old perf was so damn persistent. How many times do I have to tell him there's no touching allowed at our club? I think I may have had a little too much to drink. My head is absolutely killing me. Hi, I'm Eris. Hey there, good looking. You seem like a man who needs some entertainment. Let me show you a good time. No, that's not good. It's like the most generic line in the book. I need something with way more pizzazz. I And you come up with a perfect catchphrase that gets the customers flooding in and let me pull ahead of my rivals. How about... come on, you buttheads! You're breaking my concentration! Huh? There are no guards. Duly noted. You think they're hiding inside? Either way, we'd be better off keeping our distance for now. Right, it doesn't look like there's any useful information to gain over there. Okay. Mysterious. It's quiet today. Too quiet. And to top it off, Heyu hasn't tried to even the score yet. What an alias name is going on in this city? That's what we're going to figure out. Man, I hope things don't go straight to hell. By the way, I heard that Revash's cars raced out of a back alley around dawn. Oh, they must be up to some mischief. Hey there, wanna play? You won't find better service than here at Bellguard Casino. The main street's pretty quiet today. There seem to be fewer cars flowing in and out than usual. Welcome to Bellguard Casino. I was here until late last night drinking with Lecter. He's a total weirdo, but he has plenty of interesting stories to tell. Lecter seems to be getting along pretty well with the owner. It feels like he's already a regular here. And here's the Mishi plush toy. For 200 each you need 5, so 1,000 in total. Tokens, yeah? Not mirror. I tried to press Lecter regarding yesterday's match. He dodged each and every one of my questions, though. Quite irritatingly, to be honest. Bellguard Casino's been the talk of town ever since yesterday's little incident. It's been a while since we had a thrilling match like that. My, we're getting a lot more patrons in today than we usually do. I suppose word about yesterday's high-stakes game must have spread. Ever since yesterday's high-stakes match, people are beginning to think of us as a more upscale establishment, which means a new wave of patrons with a whole lot of mirror to spend. Just thinking about Lecter. I saw that brat withdraw 30,000 tokens. Ticked me right off. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to let him one-up me. If you're looking for guns, I regret to inform you that he's absent today. I suspect he feels ashamed to come back after yesterday's incident. And that's not quite what the problem is. He's just going through some stuff. Hey Drake, do us a solid and give us a ring if he shows his face around here, will you? Got some unfinished business with him. Understood. Has he gotten himself into trouble? Come to think of it, I haven't seen Lecter around here today. He did mention that he had to return to the Empire during last night's conversation. Oh what, he's already gone? I believe so. He seemed pretty disappointed to leave, but had no choice but to deal with some troublesome matter back home. I see. That's unfortunate. I have a feeling he would know something out of anyone. While true, I get the impression that he rarely speaks truthfully when divulging information. He sends you his regards and wishes you all good luck. Ice cream, get your ice cream. Hey mister, hey yeah you, come to my ice cream. I got even a brandy flavored sample for adults with especially sophisticated palates. No, you don't. Okay, Shizuku, which flavor do you want to try? It's my treat, so go ahead and order whatever's calling out to you. Oh no, you don't have to pay for me. You were already nice enough to take me around while father's busy, so... Ah, don't think of it as a favor. We love hanging out with you, so we would have done this no matter what. If you're not going to pick anything, then I'll just have to order my favorites, okay? Excuse me, miss, I'll take 3, 1 caramel crunch, 1 strawberry cheesecake, and 1 rum raisin. Here, I hope you're ready for some delicious ice cream. Sorry about that, Shizuku. Estelle can be pretty pushy at times. No, that's not it. I'm just so happy. What's Shizuku doing with Estelle and Joshua? It would be rude to interrupt them. Indeed, where has Arius gone though? I would have expected him to be accompanying home. Oh wow, this is delicious. I know, right? This stuff's my favorite. There's so many good stalls during the festival too. True, we really wanted to take you out to eat then as well. Sure looks like we're having a great time. Lady Ilia! Lady Ilia! Oh, that's strange, she's quieter than usual today. The troops strangely quiet. Isn't it almost time for a show to start? What are we even doing? Today's afternoon show's been delayed for some odd reason. What's the issue? Yeah. Mr. Gans has left the hotel on his own early this morning. I thought he was blackout drunk, so I asked Aaron to check up on him. I just hope he's okay. I'm not sure how the hotel should proceed in matters like this. I truly hope that Mr. Gans and the others are safe. I did get the feeling that Mr. Gans was acting strange. If I had to describe it, I would say he seemed absent-minded, perhaps? I did not seem anything like his typical hangovers either. Ah, it's you all. Damn it, Gans, why do you have to make us all worried sick like this? Never had that you run off to. Sorry to bother you while you're busy, so please do what you can to find him. Mr. Gans was oddly quiet yesterday. Do you think he may have gotten food poisoning? Sorry, I shouldn't say something so careless about a serious disappearance. I feel so ashamed that I hadn't taken any action earlier. Not sure there was something he could have done. A businessman just finished checking out a few moments ago. Check-ins begin in the afternoon, but if you require a room to rest, I can have one prepared for you immediately. No. Okay. I haven't seen many police officers around today. Where have they all gone to? Everyone's been busy. I plan to shop with Marsha later in the day. My father no longer scolds me all the time. In a sense, it's very freeing. You have my gratitude, everyone. Allegations of bribery against that Diet member's secretary or that inexplicable incident at the speaker's estate. Which one would be a more effective attack against the Imperial faction? The budget meeting is almost over. I'll have to quickly decide which course of action will best support Representative Campbell. While Representative Campbell is fighting in the Diet, I'm fighting out here, working to uncover valuable information beneficial to us. As always, the Diet is a war of information. I've noticed my lady smiling a lot more recently. What can I say? I'm almost looking forward to our shopping adventure today. You have one of the missing people? I feel like Bond used to be more of an upstanding gentleman. What happened to him? I've heard rumors of various happenings throughout the city. I'm worried that you may get involved, given that you work for the police, Lady Ellie. I appreciate your concern, but I'm more worried about you and Helmer. I remember you saying that your servants are usually the only ones home, right, Ellie? Well, that's a pretty safe neighborhood, not much danger happening here, so I figure they'll be fine. Please be safe, Lady Ellie. Miss Quayle came to visit us a moment ago. She asked if we had seen her husband, Mr. Bond. I do hope nothing bad has happened. I've heard news of many concerning incidents occurring as of late. I can't help but feel a bit distressed, to be honest. Jeez, what's your deal? Don't get excited. I don't have any good info for you today. Still, the Mafia's disputes seem to be escalating every day. Oh, perfect timing. Say guys, you got any info you're willing to sell? How about this? I buy it for 30% more mirror than usual. Looks like this visit was a waste of our time. Unfortunately, it seems so. For a kid who acts like he's well informed, he's pretty disappointing, isn't he? What's wrong with you guys? Shut your traps, I'll dive in and grab whatever info you want. Come on, don't hold back, what do you want to know? Kid's got fire, I give him that. Damn it, you regret denying the genius of Jonah's secret like this? I won't forget this. I'm going to gather so much that your eyes will burst due to information overload. His pride as an information broker seems to have been wounded, not that I care. So Jonah knows nothing. Mama said she had to go outside for a bit. Where did Mama go? Huh. I think the other outfit was better. Well, if you went really, really hard, I guess you're not so bad looking. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Can you try to rephrase it with just a bit of kindness for your dear brother here? What do you want me to say? You look more plain than vanilla ice cream at first glance. Alright already, can we get back to judging the outfits? My brother wants me to help him pick out some fashionable outfits. I don't particularly mind, but boy, he sure has a lot of free time on his hands. I'm planning to attend the annual budget celebration party. It should be starting soon. I've got Cindy's fashion wisdom and Granny's given me a once-over. Looks like I'm all set and dressed to impress. All that's left to do is wait for the diet to end. Our neighbor Sophia just came by to ask if I had seen Bond. If I recall correctly, he lives in our neighborhood and works as a broker. I haven't seen him anytime recently though. I hope everything is alright with him. Mr. Grimwood seems absolutely swamped these days. He probably has too many cases piled up on those broad shoulders of his. His little assistant Peter's got it rough as well. My husband told me that the crime rate's been increasing lately. Perhaps that's the cause? Mr. Grimwood and Pete have got it rough, to say the least. Mr. Grimwood's been up to his neck in work, so he hasn't had any time to help me with my law studies. Every time I see him hunched over his work, so much of it, I'm determined to study harder and harder. I hope I can start taking on more of his workload for him soon. I want to help as much as I can. I gotta become a fully licensed lawyer as soon as possible and help out Mr. Grimwood. Is it true that people have been going missing? Don't tell me there's a kidnapper on the loose. What a horrifying thought. I'll have to warn Momo to be extra careful when she's outside. Probably not a kidnapper, more like mind controlled? Something? Have you guys heard that even more people in the city have gone missing? Not to mention all the commotion the mafia continues to cause? It's just one thing after another. I mean, sure, the economy might be booming, but that prosperity means very little when we can hardly even feel safe these days. Honestly, what the hell is going on around here? Stop! Rio, you're going way too fast! Watch out, it's dangerous to run with your eyes closed. Hey, hey, rah! Better hurry up, if you're too slow I'm gonna end up catching ya! You're scaring me, Rio, you're going way too fast. Hey, Rio, come on, don't chase her like that, you're scaring her. You smell that? Bennett's gonna bake another loaf of bread with just sensational aroma. I've got high hopes for this one, I can't wait to try it out. Bennett takes baking seriously and the results show. It's a fine smelling loaf. Was there seriously a firefight in the harbor yesterday? Guess that means the mafia isn't playing games anymore, if they're willing to drag the public into their spots. Can't they just chill and leave us alone? Just when the bakery says we're on a steady incline. I wish they'd just leave us common folk alone, you know? Way too expensive, everything. It smells amazing in here today. Oh, I could only imagine what it is. When will they hurry up and come out with their new bread already? I can hardly wait. I've finally done it. I've baked my magnum opus. This fragrant walnut loaf I spent the entire month researching. It's finally complete. Come at me, Oscar. Okay. There's been chatter about a shootout that happened over at the harbor yesterday. Can't believe something that insane would break out right in the middle of a business district. My husband gave me a pendant for a wedding anniversary. Well, I suppose that even he is a good side. I mean, it was my choice to marry him. He was a fine young man back in the day. He occasionally shows us small traits of a man he used to be. I found something that would make a good gift at the antique shop in the back alley. Pretty good timing considering my wedding anniversary was coming up. Maybe I'll put the old lady in a good mood. My wife is a bit of a battle axe, so it's hard to please her. The designs too elaborate? Nonsense. They don't know the first thing about artistic integrity. Damn the Imperial faction. They still haven't managed to reopen the budget for the new City Hall building. The members of a Diet complained about wasteful spending during the Q&A session. My husband is absolutely furious. This is the problem, my husband refuses to compromise when it comes to his work. I recently saw the third floor resident for the first time ever. I only managed to see her from behind because she was on her way out. All I have to say is... she was completely normal. You'd be able to find someone like her anywhere. Her long blonde hair was pretty at least. That's a bare minimum if you're a fashionable woman these days. Yep, she definitely seemed normal. I don't know what I was expecting. Didn't recognize Ilya. And you call yourself a fan. Sis slept in wait this morning. No matter how many times I tried to wake her up, she just kept mumbling about orbital circuits. She's hopeless. I swear, sometimes you'd think she was a child here, not me. Hey Chiruru, did you just get back? How was the trip? I almost drowned on 3 different occasions. I went to some marshlands this time, pretty dangerous stuff. Those swamps seemed like they were bottomless. What? What were you even doing in a marsh? Just how far did you go? I knew I should have listened to my gut. I can't leave you by yourself, Chiruru. I'm coming along with you next time. I think it'll be a good idea for me to join you every once in a while. Fine by me. Are you sure you can handle it though? I walk pretty long distances. Hey, don't you underestimate your pops. Alright. I hope to pray at the cathedral today. I need to hurry up and get ready to leave. Meow. Okay, so this is where you've been. Oh, that's another one of the library books you've been reading. Yep, I still had one left, so I finished it today. Have a good day at work, everyone. Thanks, we'll try to get home early. We are glad to have you on the Team 2 side. Woof. One of your witnesses vanished. The situation might be deteriorating faster than we thought it would. Apparently so. We still don't know how this happened in the first place. Sorry, Chief. We're counting you to hold down the fort. Sure thing. Alright, I end the exploration here. I think we've been everywhere? If not, please tell me if I missed something important. Otherwise, until next time. I'm Mace and don't get lost.